clothes off.
Underway,
Sometimes,
or on the freeway,
just take off your clothes and strip naked.
And let police
strip naked.
Do not try and interfere.
Cause sometimes you gotta be naked. Sometimes you gotta be naked.
The driver's windows have been down. At first I thought they were on the phone, but now
sometimes.
Then I had a thought that they were throwing something out of the window, but their hands just been
cruising, chilling
at that window area.
Come on, who's awake? Wake up! Tired of this shit. Oh, sorry, no cursing.
They were throwing something out, so now that the window's down, we can sort of get a closer look. See who's driving this, try and get an idea, but now the window's up, so.
It's almost like he heard you. He heard you and he rolled his window up, Josh.
Well, it's not the first time that they've been watching, so at least
they
could be watching us. But yeah.
I'm smoking a cigarette. Let's go. Rise and shine. Oh, I can I missed the chase. Watch later on, like a couple hours later, like, oh, I missed it. I missed the chase.
But one thing that I did notice is when it opens up, the speed really does go up. I think it was almost to 50 miles an hour.
Thank God for a chase today.
Who knows why this could be continuing.
Somebody get the guy go fumble. We're going to send him a fun.
Could just be trying to get the most out of whatever their end goal was before they are inevitably taken into custody. Especially, like we said, since the speeds are so low, it's not really going anywhere. And then I thought initially when we first got on this thing, I could have sworn that
so this is a chase. This has actually been going on for a while, right? I started my morning. I prepped the stream for later. I woke up early today, thank gosh. And I was about to go work out. I literally stepped out. I was going to go for a little jog, get some beautiful sun because it's sunny right now. And I looked at my Twitter feed. I'm like, there's a chase. Nobody said nothing. I guess everybody's sleeping. It's really early, too, for a chase.
Look, I haven't even seen them enter
Where he
Frank,
went?
We're just going to check on our Kia Soul again.
Yeah, at first they were. Yeah, there it is. They were following pretty closely when they were on the freeway, and then when they got off the freeway, now they're giving this person a little more space. What determines the pit maneuver? What are officers thinking at this point? Are they waiting for that vehicle to get into a safe area and then they'll attempt a pit maneuver, or do you think there's maybe a little bit too much traffic or too many folks around for them to attempt to do that?
Well, there's a couple things that go into it. I think they have to assess like you said, assess a number of.
Does he even know he's being chased? We're just cruising.
Moments. So I would have assumed, yes, the other threats.
Let me tweet this out so people
that congestion and the traffic. And since we're on the freeway, we're in heavy traffic with the low speed, so not quite going to do it there with so much congestion, but.
I'm streaming in 4K by accident. Damn it!
Slauson's still pretty busy in the morning, so I guess a little too busy to try and attempt that. And then the speed's the other one. I think it's about 30, 35 miles an hour. And
is the stream looking okay for you guys? I forgot because I was editing a video last night.
Speedometer getting to about 40.
I was editing a video last night, so I forgot to change it back to the regular 1080. So hopefully it's showing smooth for you guys. I don't know.
The conditions have to be just right to make
not quite going to do it there with
successfully and safely. One of the things I wonder about, though, is I'm not sure if he's going around in circles or not, but you do have to take into account that this could be an opportunity for a spike strip to slow him down. We haven't seen that happen yet, right?
No, we haven't seen anybody set up for.
You guys could help me with the like button, please, too.
Yet, I think. We may have been expecting it to get back onto a freeway, but I don't know if it's quite working its way in circles. We got off the 710 at about Bell Gardens. We worked our way through Commerce. Now we're in Whittier or Pico Rivera, somewhere in that range, and we're on Paramount now. So it's almost just sort of traveling in just a very large shape. I don't know if it's completed the full circle or square just yet, but so I don't know if they know exactly where this car is going to go to be able to predict it and put the spike strips down.
Can you remind us again, Josh, where it started? Where did you come across this, and remind us of what cities we've been through yet?
For sure. So we first heard about it on the 105. I believe it was headed westbound where it got onto the 710 northbound. It worked its way from the 105 north on the 710. It was driving on the shoulder mostly the entire time because of how heavy the morning commute traffic was. And that's where it got off the 710 at the Bell Gardens area at sorry, so many streets to keep track of. Got off at Firestone, about the Bell Garden Southgate area, and it's just sort of worked its way through the far eastern Los Angeles area here. So Now we're still in Whittier, Pico Rivera.
He's just chilling.
And now we're just sort of sitting.
Is it a stolen vehicle? I don't get what's going on.
Just in traffic as if we're just a civilian vehicle or something.
It's so interesting how he just stops, because a lot of other pursuits that we would see, that person would go around all these vehicles and blow through the intersection.
He seems unbothered and unfazed.
But he's not doing that.
At times it can get pretty wild and dangerous.
Right.
It's almost as if the cops are not a threat.
Everybody down there, we're not seeing that quite yet. Now, I got to wonder, how close did the sheriff's units get when we came to that stop sign? But if we really take a look here, I mean, I'm going to run out of lens. They're way back, my pilot there saying. You see them, right at the top there. They're almost an entire block away from this thing. But, I mean, they're still in surveillance mode with the helicopter.
It's been about 5 or 6 minutes before I picked it up.
This person at most
Mo,
is
you were
just
sleeping. Admit it. I know you were sleeping, Mo.
Sort of master plan.
We tried to look through the front windshield from the angle before.
I was literally walking out the house too, man.
Although we can't
I was going to go work, get a little exercise.
Sure.
Yeah, we took a look. The front windshield looks to have some tint, as do the side windows.
Wake up.
It's kind of hard to get an exact look, but from what I gathered, it definitely looked like an older man driving the car.
That boy cruising. He winded the window down. He smoking a cigarette or something. Just cruising. Not a worry in the world. Suspected stolen vehicle. I guess that's what they're saying. For a stolen vehicle, he's just like going for a joyride. It's early. Good morning. Welcome, man. I messed up the bit rate this morning, but I guess you guys on your end, it looks fine. I didn't mean to start this in 4K with a low bit rate, so I don't know if that's going to affect the viewership. But yeah, anyway, hit the like button, join up, subscribe.
Now, what's that? Parking
What's
lot.
He doing?
So we're in this parking lot here.
Oh, hell no.
I got to take a look from what it looks like maybe a Lowe's or a Home Depot.
Amazing.
We might be, are we just meandering our way? We're trying to do a little shimmy move here through that hardware store parking lot. Thought we might have seen it slow down a little bit, but looks like we're going to keep working our way through the parking lot, past that Home Depot, past the Subway here. Really low speeds here. I mean, this thing's crawling now.
Almost looks like he's going to bail, but you just never know. We want to let people know that the LA Sheriff's Department has confirmed that this is a stolen vehicle.
What's up, Facebook?
And the Compton station initiated the
pursuit. On Facebook, you guys can hit like, please, on speed.
So almost, 20
I screwed up. Hopefully it looks okay for you guys. I screwed up the feed.
And that's where it started, in Compton.
Yes, the Compton area, and we've really worked our way around the entire southern area down here. Again, still in Whittier, Pico Rivera. We're out of the entire shopping complex there, about to get onto Washington Boulevard. We have to see which direction they decide to go. I would assume they're lined up for a right-hand turn, but they might just go straight across here, which since they're going to take so much time here, let's just zoom out and see. Looks like they'll head into a residential area if they don't make that left. Yep, we're going to go straight. So we are on Crossway Drive, just sort of working our way through a residential area. And once they get into the residential areas, more often than not, we just see them eventually stall out and just start doing circles around the same block. But I mean, we're going to have to figure out what this person's plan is if they just continue to just drive in these straight lines for an extended period of time and just really
thank you for who put that out. LA police chases.
And it's early, you know, folks are heading to work. And it's good to see that there's not a whole lot of traffic in the area and that this person is, somewhat obeying the traffic laws, stopping at lights and stop signs, even though they refuse to pull over. But sometimes you watch these pursuits and the driver is so reckless. They crash into other people. They end up crashing into homes. But this is not the case. This person seems to be moving at a relatively low speed. It says, 23 miles per hour here on the screen. So that's good to see.
Pursuit.
Even slowing down for the speed bumps.
I think we can confirm that they are on the phone. That's what when we zoom in there.
I want to respect people's spaces and be respectful and calm. And he's just chilling, bro, smoking.
It's just so odd to me to see them slowing down for speed bumps, stopping at stop signs when there's really no other vehicle there. You just have to wonder what's going on.
The only unpredictable thing they have going for them is their bearing and direction. I mean, that's why we really can't that's why we don't really see units lined up with the spike strips. I mean, it's a lot more useful, like, they get trapped in a development or they just start doing circles around a couple blocks. But, I mean, this thing's just picking straight lines and just driving for a while, turning. So
go for a joyride.
We have not looped into the same area.
Taking one for the team.
Way back on anywhere we've been. But about now we're at Kaufman and
Pico Road. Kia, you're right. We got
this neighborhood here at about speeds of 25, just almost
that's a thing, too. That's a thing over there, stolen Kias.
Seems like it sometimes.
Right. I mean, we have seen suspects go back to an area where they're familiar with. Maybe they're going back to their home or their apartment complex, wherever they live. We see them go back to a familiar area, and maybe that's why he's just driving aimlessly, because he's not familiar with the area.
We've also seen people call for help, and someone else meets them at a certain location. They get out and switch vehicles, and the pursuit continues. I've seen that before as well. So I'm wondering who he's on the phone with or who he's talking to.
Yeah, it's really scary, though, I have to say, Josh, to see him in a neighborhood on a summer morning. You just, like you said, you just don't know. We already saw somebody on their bike. You see people walking their dogs. It's just so scary.
No, we've seen so many things covering pursuits like this in neighborhoods. I mean, we just saw it pass through a school zone, but thankfully, I mean...
I think everybody's let down that he's driving normal and shit. Well, surprisingly, he's driving slow and using his hazards and stopping and... look at all this shit. It's like as if he doesn't know he's in a chase. He's being pursued. Does he hear the helicopters? They got to be able to hear that. Look at all these helicopters flying around. You got to know there's choppers flying around your ass.
Through there, the sheriff helicopter. We're going to try and work our way.
Ooh, had this been any other thing, he would have just zoomed right through. Maybe it would have been an accident.
Across Mines, across Coolsworth. So now we're just sort of driving through these neighborhoods. And like you guys said, sometimes they just end up in neighborhoods that they are familiar with. But it's really hard to tell if...
A woke criminal.
With anywhere we've been,
self-conscious
they just
criminal.
sort of seem to be
a
driving.
Spiritual criminal.
I think the only indicator is that we haven't seen them drive into a dead end just yet.
Are we still in the Whittier Pico Rivera area, or have they transitioned into another city? What neighborhood is this now?
No, I believe we are still in the Whittier Pico Rivera area.
Okay.
When we get on pursuits like this, sometimes I just have my head down in the monitor, but from what I gather, we are still Whittier Pico Rivera, and it looks like we are gonna get back. Here we go, back onto.
Yo, by the way, we're gonna be back on later. We're gonna stream later. We're gonna do some of the Rudy updates. Make sure you come back later today. I think at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Get us back onto Paramount like we've been on before, and then figure out. I guess we're just going to start going northbound on Paramount again.
Josh, so much of this is speculation.
Manny, thank you for the super chat. Says, did you know you're naked underneath your clothes? Manny, thanks for the super chat as well. Says, whatever you do not get out of the car.
The fact that the patrol cars have moved way back, do you think it's because he's going slow and he's stopping in the intersections, as opposed to putting on the pressure and being so close to him that he takes off? I mean, is that the strategy?
There's a number of tactics they could use. I think, considering the slow speeds, I don't think they want to push this person or aggravate them. So,
there's nobody there. What are you talking about?
To put myself in the place of them, but I'd have to assume, it's low speeds. They don't have to pressure anything. They can just back the officers off and just sort of watch this Kia Soul go. But, one of the downsides for everybody else involved in this is I got to assume the Kia Soul gets about 28 to 34 miles to the gallon. Ooh. So if this person has a full tank, this thing could go on for quite a bit, especially considering that we're not pushing the car to its limits. We don't have to worry about taking the car over a certain amount of speed. We don't have to worry about cooking the tires. If this car keeps going at traffic speeds with, even a half tank or a 3/4 tank of gas, this thing could go on for a couple hours if the driver wills it.
Right, and if he's not going in circles or there's no predictability at all, it's really hard to put a spike strip down.
Yeah, like we said, I don't know if we know too much about the driver. I don't know what reports they could have on the driver, so there's a number of factors that go into trying to stop this car. I mean, like you said, the spike strips, if we were driving in circles, we could pick a spot, lay those down. If we knew anything about the driver, could try a pit maneuver, but it's Paramount Boulevard at 7:18 a.m., so kind of busy, maybe a bit too busy to try and attempt that pit, and also just can't really get the space either. But who knows what pitting this car could do to the, like we said, could escalate this situation if they don't get it right the first time. It could just
saw them do a pit on the highway the other day.
A high-speed pursuit, but thankfully, like we said, still low speed, still only about 45 or so, which is about, if I'm not mistaken, about the speed limit on Paramount. So still doing the speed limit, still stopping at red lights, guys. So still a safe pursuit. And like we said, they're backed off pretty far. If I zoom out, let's just take another look.
I haven't seen a police vehicle in quite some time. I know you're following this. We have CHP choppers following this as well. But when we first started, those officers were pretty close.
Yeah. They're back there. They're there.
Pretty close to the driver.
I didn't even think they were there.
City streets, they were close, but they've sort of pulled off.
Cops are playing it like super safe. Like they're like a block and a half away. Or no, not a block and a half. Well, actually, about a block away. Is he picking up speed now, though? Let's see.
Toe to this thing, but I guess it's been brought down.
Them boys all the way back.
Considering, I mean, we don't know where this thing's going to go. So, really slow one here. Just going to continue to monitor it.
Just relax, kick back, lay on your bed.
Could you revisit the stolen vehicle thing? Is that
peaceful?
We did
protest.
confirm that.
Yeah, we did confirm that with the sheriff's department that it's a stolen vehicle that was initiated out of the Compton station. I think they said around 6:48. So
okay.
We're getting on about a half hour now.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So yes, I mean, stolen vehicle out of the Compton area. And a recap again. I mean, this thing. Who knows how long this thing could go on for, and how many people are going to be joining us. This thing started Compton area. Took the 105, got on the 710, got off the 710 at Firestone. Oh, there's our first. There's our first reckless
we got ABC's
maneuver
live too?
Into the
bike
lane.
I missed it.
Around that car. Went a little fast, so maybe we just keep an eye on this thing, or maybe they just got tired of being behind that car specifically. But here's the first thing we mentioned about school. It's our first school bus we've seen.
School bus.
Oh, the school
you don't
bus?
like to see that, a pursuit directly behind a school bus. That's not what you want to see.
Especially after such a reckless maneuver on that car. But now we're just sort of lazily drifting into the left turn lane. They have their left signal on. Interesting, they're still using signals, but we'll have to see.
Still on.
Yeah, the signal's on. We have to see if they actually take the left or just decide to scoot in front of that school bus. But we are on Rosemead, I believe, and I guess we're on Gallatin, so we're going to line up for a left turn onto Rosemead here. And you see the construction, a little bit of construction there. But I mean, sometimes when the cars are backed off, you wouldn't even know that a pursuit is driving by you. A lot of times we see when they get through the neighborhoods, you can see people on their phones. It's loud. You can see people like lining up to almost film it.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
We're not
appreciate
seeing
the super sticker.
We
thank
don't
you so
know
much.
where it's going, so people don't even have a chance to know if it's going to drive by.
That boy chilling. He ain't worried.
Thinking, or if they even know that they're still being pursued.
That's what I'm saying. Do they even know they're being chased?
Right, and you have to wonder. And know that the other drivers have no idea, what's going on, or that there is any danger
and he's
there.
Got a
which makes it even a little bit more scary, I feel like. He's ready for that to change. He's ready for that light to turn green, so we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I mean, you can just be down there. I think I've only had it happen one time when I was
like that.
Heading south on the 170 that I saw a pursuit pass me, but it happened so quick, too, that it's sort of hard to even see it coming, especially if it's going in the opposite direction.
ABC just put a
without
commercial.
The cruisers there, unless you really are listening and you have the radio down, I don't know if you'd
hear
the helicopters over top of you, especially because the sheriff's
I don't know how to work that stuff.
Orbits over top of it, but so we're on Rosemead here. I believe we're going either north or east on Rosemead. We're going north on Rosemead. And again, if you look at the limit,
you guys can hit the like button, please. Helps me out. It's early.
Not, then we are speeding. But I
Good morning. Wake up, rise and shine.
Faster. Just sort of seeing some lazy right lane driving, shifting over to the left. I mean, if I zoom out, it's the same deal. You can see, well, this is a pretty good perspective. I mean, this is the situation we're seeing here, really, is just the airship in that car just sort of watching. And, I mean, who knows who that person's on the phone with.
Thank you for becoming a member, Alyssa.
They could be,
we've seen
so many different things happen with these pursuits. Like you guys have mentioned, they have someone meet them and they try and jump out and swap. I mean, we've also seen that happen with the street takeovers, but in a different way that I won't help this person out with. But we've seen it happen in different ways with the street takeovers. We've seen cars waiting to pick people up. We've seen all sorts of plans executed. So who knows what this person has in store for us, but really slow driving. So, I mean, at the moment, it doesn't seem as if they're going to get anywhere besides
thank you for the
just
roses.
Sort of extending their time here on the land. But we are on San Gabriel Boulevard now, headed westbound. And just,
I know,
again,
the TikTok shit's weird to me still.
Obeying traffic, obeying signals. So this
slow TikTok. Yeah. It's sort of relieving to see that this person is, sort of safely working their way through this neighborhood, because sometimes these things can get pretty dangerous. I've seen people, come to intersections and it's packed and there's no room to squeeze by, and the person decides to squeeze by anyway, damage other cars, put other, lives at risk. But so far, this person is not doing that. I mean, we don't know where this person is going or who this is. But so far, they seem to be driving at a somewhat safe speed.
Right. Well, we're not going to take our eyes off of this. We're going to continue to follow this until it's resolved, because it has been going on now.
Please. No.
Your guys' guess is as good as mine of where this thing could end up, or what this thing is even going to end up doing. I mean, I kind of get the feeling, seeing how this is going, that this could go on for a little bit as they sort of, want to relish the time that they are spent not in custody. I think this thing could go on for a little bit, but we are on San Gabriel. Now we have worked our way into the Rosemead area.
All right, Josh, we are going to have to take a quick pause right now, do a live update on the Today Show. We'll be back with you as you follow this pursuit in just a few moments.
Y'all ain't gonna stop me. You think you is before that. Let's keep going.
Has happened as of yet, but right now stolen
hopefully I don't do it over here.
Driving correctly. That's probably the best way to put it right now. And
so was that CBS?
And stopping at the stoplights, not being aggressive in its any type of moves out here.
They'll try to take commercials.
Choosing to follow this stolen vehicle instead of pursue it this morning.
It doesn't look like he really has a good direction of where he's trying to go.
Oh, we're rolling, baby. We're rolling.
Based on his driving pattern.
Okay. ABC's been on commercials for like 10 minutes.
Buying time.
We just crossed the... Yeah, biding his time. I was wondering if we were going to get on that on-ramp there. You're going to make another turn, and it looks like we're staying on the majors out here. But it is starting to seem like we are in a general area. We've been in the San Gabriel, Whittier type of area right now. So maybe he's making blocks. Maybe he's familiar with this area. I'm guessing that it doesn't have navigation, which might have been an option that he could have used today to get an idea where he needs to be. But right now, I would venture to say this driver just biding his time a little bit while law enforcement keeps an eye on it along with us. And we're just going to see where this car goes. Picking up a little bit of speed here. I'm actually going to bring up the speed so the folks at home get an idea as well. And you can see it right there. But he speeds up, he slows down, as long as he's not running those red lights and cutting people off.
He's not going that fast.
Really what he's not.
No, this is, like I said, this is the most civilized police chase I think I've ever seen.
It's a civilized police chase.
A lot of times it's more like a hockey match. This one seems to be more like a golf tournament right here. Making another turn. It looks like another parking lot, a big parking lot. That this is the second time he's gone through here.
Oh,
maybe
another
he's
parking
looking
lot?
For
the quality's not great on here, but
just park
we'll
and
take
maybe
what
try
you
to
get.
blend in a store. We've seen that in the past as well. We've actually seen the opposite happen too. A couple times when a pursuit has gone into like they'll park the car and run into a store. We'll actually see everybody running out of the store.
What, I gotta shave my face or something?
Right now we're just keeping an eye on it, cutting across some
Thank you for
parking
sharing.
spaces right there. But again, the law enforcement knows where we are. We're keeping an eye on it as well.
Oh, he stopped.
And a handicap spot. How dare
and
you?
a handicap. That's
Pulling
disgraceful.
No,
it's disgusting. Cancel him.
Doors open. Doors open. There you go.
Bro,
be
chilling.
Oh,
and,
does he not know? Is he high out of his mind? Does he not know we see him? We see you.
We could use the law enforcement, the police, because
what happens when he goes inside the store?
Walmart. Look at Walmart.
Yeah, we're coming around as quickly as possible.
Maybe not. I don't know.
There's a lot of traffic up here, but
kind of looks like a Walmart.
Keep an eye on it. I just hope there's the sheriff ship. The sheriff ship knows it as well. He's making those calls right now, but he definitely made his way inside whatever this is. I would venture to say, no, he didn't.
He's coming back
up. I guess they were still closed. Maybe he's going to go back over to the car.
Oh, no, bro. Oh, now he's moving quick.
Here comes the police.
Hurry up, motherfucker. Go.
Right now.
Here they come.
Oh, get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Yo, he's hot. He's zooted. That guy's zooted. Go, you dumb fuck.
No. And
is he gonna not go?
Let's see what he does.
We're all frustrated too.
Dude, and he's still like 2 miles an hour. Yo, he is not pressed. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, and it's got to be so frustrating.
Sir, stop.
Oh, there we go.
Please.
Maybe not.
Pretty, please.
Well, he's in a parking lot. He's
keep going. Reverse that shit. They stop saying shit, bro. Reverse it. Come on. Oh, they're gonna press him. They're gonna press him.
There's a couple.
Hurry up! They're coming behind you.
Around.
All right.
Yeah, they're going to try to box him in. Are they going to actually
physically? Oh shit! Let's go!
Go! That's not good.
Let's go, baby!
Yeah. Okay. The owner of that car is going to be pretty upset. I feel his pain for sure. And now look at that. The
cops save forever. Let's go. Safe space cops. Go.
Now after that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I got
you just wrecked your stolen car into a police cruiser.
Oh shit! Now you fucking around. You stopping again? You playing too much. Peel out, bro.
You know that this guy is not going to stop.
Oh, the cops pissed. The cops pissed. They got trolled. Cops are hot.
A good time to do it.
You just got played in slow motion.
I am in a helicopter, no police training at all, calling out saying, "You should have done a pit maneuver."
Well, you've been doing this a while, Sue. You've seen a number of these.
You have.
So the speed,
bro, played him in slow motion. Let's go.
When this guy got out of his car,
he was on foot.
Now he's picking up speed. He's doing like 20, 30 miles. Oh no, he's like 50 miles.
He's in the car, restarts the car.
Right.
Janie's got that boy went shopping and came back, motherfuckers. Let's go.
That's the thing. These deputies, believe me, they want this thing to come to an end. You can just imagine their
no wonder they don't do chases no more. It's just embarrassing.
They're doing their jobs, and
no wonder they stop and call this shit off every night.
That driver, though, he really lost his points when he parked in that handicap zone, especially for me.
Yeah.
Right now, though, we're keeping up here in the residential neighborhood. I'm going to get a little bit of a peek ahead there, just a wider shot. There are some more traffic, but a lot of deputies are getting involved in this right now. So I can I got to turn down one of the scanner there, but they are definitely getting back involved in this, and they are going to try to bring this to an end. How they're going to do it? Well, now it's going to be
rise and shine. Perfect way to wake up in the morning. I love it.
Pit maneuver possible.
Oh, they take too long. What do you guys stop? I guess they don't want to.
So what kind of charges would he be looking at now that he crashed his stolen car into an officer's vehicle there?
Some shit. He'll be out by tomorrow. Whatever.
That's going to be for the prosecutors to try to haggle about. But
it's a citation. It's a citation.
That could have been assault with a deadly weapon on a
That's a citation.
And that's a big one. That's a big one. That's probably even going to be more of a weight than the actual stolen vehicle charge. So this has changed up quite a bit. And deputies right now.
Now we're stopped.
Now we're stopped and we're stuck behind this person. And I would venture to say lights and sirens are going, and folks are trying to get out of the way. You can see this person hearing the lights and sirens.
Oh, she's like, oh my God.
Out of the way, and
looking out the window.
Going to kind of just join the flow of traffic here.
So, still going with the flow of traffic, though, Stu.
That's amazing.
Yep, and that's a good thing for all the folks on the road.
Patience, man.
How many cop cars are you counting right now? 1, 2, 3,
some
4,
Dalai Lama
5,
shit. Is some Dalai Lama said some patience or whatever?
Yeah,
I don't know.
6 or
You look
7,
like a patient type of guy.
8. I feel
this guy
like
just
this is
patient
almost a
shit.
scene out of an old
What's
the
tortoise and the rabbit? The slowest something, whatever wins or some
right
bullshit?
Now. We went from none to a lot. Let's just say that in just one little instance right there. I really want to see this come to an end. I don't want to see that vehicle any more damaged.
Yeah.
I'm sure
What's he doing? Clapping his hands
right
and
now
shit?
At home, I'm sure they are cringing because that was a clean Kia Soul until that suspect bumped into that deputy right there. But you see these guys right here. We're kind of poking a little fun at it. This is not any kind of fun. This is very serious. These deputies
let's get
have
serious.
Loaded weapons pointed at that suspect, and if he makes a poor move,
we have guns drawn.
Been making a couple.
Yeah.
Guns are drawn for sure.
Like a Black Mirror episode.
I don't know what's going on right now. He's making some sort of decisions. Just do not put that thing in reverse. Please do not put it in reverse. And there we go. Okay.
He's just waiting for the light. That's all.
And we're going again.
At least he's not crazy. At least the guy's like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe they are not pit certified. Maybe
is that Stu? I didn't realize that was Stu. I missed Stu.
Try to pit it, but that one cruiser seems to be right on his tail most of the time. So maybe if the opportunity does appear and it's safe for all people involved and also property, they might do a pit maneuver. But again, this pursuit on and going, and now I would call this more of a pursuit as you see a number of law enforcement right behind that vehicle and that sheriff's ship above making those calls.
Wow, this is incredible.
Kia Soul leads a number of officers on this pursuit, even another one on the other lanes. This just made my day. Speeds not so high, but the driving continues to be safe. Is the only thing I can say. Waiting for the light, and this is beyond bizarre. You kind of would think we know that how the rules work, that they don't want to block that suspect in putting that suspect in a position to harm a deputy.
Come on, you know he ain't gonna stop, bro.
That's really the truth. Like
let's
people
see.
will say,
look here, the guy moved out of the way.
Why isn't that car in front of him? Well, that's the reason why. Because if he put his vehicle in front, or that deputy put that vehicle in front of that car, and then somebody was injured,
he's smoking. I think he's smoking. He's smoking another cigarette.
Deputy making the bad decision. So that's the reason why they can't do things like that.
I'm amazed. I mean, it's good, but this guy, he's stopping at the red lights and just chilling. Whoa.
Who's this individual?
Oh, I don't know.
Who's this guy?
Is he trying to hop in the passenger seat?
Was he trying to help?
Maybe it's his car.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe it's his car.
Oh, he got the F out the way, y'all.
I don't know.
What
was that?
This all about?
Yeah,
the hood looking out for him. What is this? Hood intervention.
He was very upset. That's for sure. That's for sure.
If you're just joining us, everybody,
he's pissed. Like, yo, these cops is bullshit.
Pursuit for over 30 minutes now.
I like cops. We're having fun right now.
In Sky Fox, so what started in the Whittier area as a relatively tame police pursuit of a stolen Kia Soul actually escalated when this guy turned into a parking lot. He was surrounded by officers. I don't know if we have that moment that it happened.
We want Stu.
So he turned into a parking lot right there.
Pulls into a handicap
spot, backs out. He gets surrounded by officers, and then winds up.
That was some weird shit. What a weird morning. What's going on?
Cruisers, and then takes off at a very high rate of speed, which is what you're seeing right now. Heavy damage
gave his life for the guy in the car.
Of the vehicle.
There's the crash.
Yep, there's the crash right there.
But even
was the carjacker gonna get carjacked? What was going on?
Was on foot and tried to enter. We don't know what it was.
Divine intervention.
Do you know what store that was? It wasn't open because
got back in the car.
Yeah, got back in the car and then crashed into a cruiser.
Oh, we're getting into a park. Getting into a park area. When the only reason I say that is a lot of times these roads just kind of fall back on themselves. I'm going to keep an eye on some of the other deputies, but also there's a lot of open spaces out here. There's a lot.
The only problem I see with this too is that now, because he's isolated himself with no other cars, it's more likely that they'll pit him. He might get more pitted in here.
Out here this morning exercising.
People have their kids.
Unless they want to avoid somebody getting hurt. But
right now,
this
would be an ideal spot for a pit maneuver. You've got nobody around there. You've got no parked vehicles or anything except for that one. And it looks like we're
dumping
out onto an industrial area out here. Again, you got to wonder if that suspect actually knew this area. As you can see right there, that's actually a pretty cool move. That deputy basically blocking traffic to make sure that no other traffic makes their way over here. It looks like a dead end. Definitely a dead end.
So you got to go around the rocks. Push around the rocks. The only choice you have is to go around the. You can't go around.
Huge boulders right there. So
there's too many rocks.
Yeah.
What? He fucked up.
Yeah, and this is where where I kind of switch into cameraman mode, because you just don't know how these things are going to end, and we definitely don't want to see anything tragic happen.
It's a wrap now.
It's been a little jovial to this moment. Now all the tension is on. That driver's got to make some good decisions right now. Get out of that vehicle. Put their hands up, go into custody. There's really no place for that car to go, as I can see it. And if he makes aggressive moves with that vehicle towards those deputies, this could change up very, very quickly.
And what park is this, Stu? Do you know?
It's a wrap.
I'm trying to find out. We're in the Whittier Narrows area. Whittier Narrows recreation area is what's coming up on our map. So that's going to be that area right there. And
that park screwed him up. He should have gone to that park.
Industrial area. But we'll keep an eye on what's going on. I'm sure commands are being called. That driver, clearly was trying to has made every effort to try to get away all morning.
Anyway.
They don't have any reason to believe that he is armed.
I was going to ask you that.
Because we don't know.
Some less than lethal right there. When you see those weapons with yellow or orange, depending upon what it is, either going to be some sort of maybe a pepper ball, maybe some sort of rubber bullets or something like that. Those are going to be the less than lethal. I'm sure that they also have tasers involved. This deputy right there has a shield. That shield is to protect. It is actually ballistic. Believe me, I don't want to be holding it and have somebody shoot at me. But it does seem like they are already being pretty aggressive in their attempt to
thank you guys
just bring this
for
to
coming
an
through
end.
as well.
We've seen these turn into,
you guys get the like on the Facebook for share.
If you're wondering what that deputy is doing, they're going to block him in. They're going to try to get him to the point where that car can't get
thank
any
you,
momentum,
Diabetic Dashun. Thank you for the marvelous confettis.
So they're going to get as close as possible.
Thank
but
you.
when you see that deputy with a shield, that is an indication that perhaps they're going to try to just walk up and open up that door and forcefully take that suspect into custody. That deputy right there, I'm venturing to say, you can see him with the radio. I'm sure that is for a loudspeaker, probably giving that driver commands, saying, you know, come out of the car, put your hands up. You know, you've got no place to go. The stuff we usually always
Sometimes
hear.
in life,
so these are sheriff's deputies, local law enforcement?
These are sheriff deputies. I should be better at this, but I would
venture
to
that,
say that this is going to be Carson Cobb.
Oh,
there you go. Doors open.
Appears to be surrounded.
Making some good decisions. Thank goodness. I am happy to see that.
I know,
for sure.
Same. Yeah. We're happy to see it come to a peaceful end, hopefully. Don't want to speak too soon. But
and there you go, walking back. Yep.
Okay.
On the
doing the follow the commands, and there you go. Deputies making that approach, and
doesn't look like he's resisting.
A little resistance,
right? A little bit.
Yeah, a little.
He's not resisting.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's got to put up his end of the bargain right there as well. But at any rate, it looks like that this is coming to an end. We didn't see anybody get out of the car or make any movements, but deputies, they've got to play it safe, make sure that there is nobody in that back seat. And so you can see guns are still drawn until that suspect is handcuffed and out of the way.
I know this guy was pissed after he did the okey doke in their ass. I know they pissed.
And minor damage to the car. I really feel bad for the owner of that car.
Yeah.
Hopefully that the insurance will take care of it and they'll get that back.
Officers are checking to see if there's anybody else in the vehicle. It doesn't look like there is. So yes, peaceful ending to this unusual
fun chase.
Police pursuit.
Not bad. Fun chase. Safe chase. Nobody got hurt
these days, right, Stu?
Right.
He pulled the okey doke on these people.
Thank you, Stu.
Thank you, Stu.
At the end of the day, that's what matters. Nobody got hurt, right?
Now let's get.
Wow. Amazing. My God. All right. So we will. What's going on with my throat? I'm down here. We will be back later. I have a stream scheduled for 3 p.m. So about the Rudy Farias stuff for people that have been following that. I'm giving it some time to breathe so more updates can come around. There's a couple things we can talk about. Somebody did send me a package today to my UPS box, so I got that going. I got to go pick that up. Oh, forgot I shouldn't be saying when I'm going over there. Hi, Mel. I was waiting for you. I knew you'd show up. I've been waiting for months. I finally got my time. I should have said that. And some stuff I'm going to do. But yeah, I will definitely be back later. Oh, thank you, Music King, for that. Your Harmony video was amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, I'll be back later. I want to get the beautiful sun on my skin because that shit feels really good. I want to get like that therapy. I mean, this chase was therapy this morning. Oh, did they come back? No. The chase was a little bit of therapy. It was a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what this guy was thinking. And that Kia, I mean, it's not like maybe it's desperation. Why are people stealing Kias? They're just nice or something? Or it's just convenient or they're just easy to steal? Shit, my car, I leave the door unlocked a lot of times because I have a 2010 Honda Accord. I just leave that shit unlocked sometimes. Like, if they're going to take it, fuck it. I mean, I don't want them to take it, but I don't think they're going to take that car, but I don't know. Even if Rudy says something, I'm still going to look at it crooked-eyed. Oh, no. Hell to the no. Some people, kind of looking at him a little funny, a little bit. There's something about that, Rudy, that somebody said. I forgot. Oh, about, I spoke to somebody this morning about him. Oh, that motorcycle that's in the Janie's backyard, that's his, apparently. He bought that shit. That's what I heard. I think we're going to hear that later because that lady, Maria, a.k.a. Tiny, she spoke to Grizzy yesterday. And so we're going to listen to some of that. I did reach out to her and she read my message, but I told her no pressure. Since she said she was trying to get her voice out and she's going to get people to hear, I just offered the platform. So who knows if she will or not. Either way, that's fine. But we're going to listen to Grizzy later. Also, Quanell went on a panel last night on Core TV. Also, Keisha was there. Keisha! So we're going to watch that all later. I just want to give us some time to breathe, let there be some updates, have some stuff to talk about, get a couple things done that I want to get done. because I could have actually jumped on last night to do it, but something told me, let me save my notifications because I used up all the notifications the other night. Let the notifications reset. Oh, this is a really good picture. And we'll come back with time and notifications and everything else. Jen says some models you can hotwire through the outside of the car mirror. What? For real? Oh, shit. Gas mileage is great at the Kia. Very easy to steal. Some states are suing Kia and Hyundai. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. 828, Caroline. I was waiting for you, Mel. I've been waiting for the opportunity. You know that happened to you know what happened to some YouTuber chick or Twitch chick that some guy was stalking her outside of her PO box. Like he literally, I heard, was waiting out there for like a month, and like he would stream it every day or something, and so she never showed up because she knew the guy was there waiting and shit. Let's see here. Cooper Media says Grizzy. You got to say her name right because she will snap. Grizzy is a local G. Is a G locally Houston. Yeah, she's locally Houston doing the damn thing. But yeah, so I'll be back later. I'm gonna. Yeah, that's true. Hoke said, if you ever been in the woods in a community, there's trash and stuff all over. Yeah, I've said that the last time, the last time too. When I first went out to those type of places, at first I was like, with different cases, I was like, oh, this must be this person's, this must be that person's, this must be this. And then you start to realize the more places you go, it's like, there's just trash everywhere, bro. Like everywhere. That's why these cops don't really go into these places and be like, all right, we're going to DNA every single piece of, you'd be there forever. The only thing with this story, and like, I guess context matters, right? Is the whole thing where the aunt was saying that the grandmother said that he was in the backyard, and it's directly right there in the back, like right behind the thing. But we did look at other properties, so it would be maybe hard to tell. Unless there's somebody that knows him that maybe can identify some of this stuff. Or Rudy himself, which would take out a lot of the mystery, spoke up or spoke to police or whatever, you know. Yo, check out this picture. One must do, suspect in residential area. I love this picture. This dude got this shit in the shower. A really big shout out to these Chase Twitter pages. I got to start retweeting their stuff more. Because they're the ones that let us know these chases are happening. They're listening to the scanners, I guess. So he got this thing in the shower. Chase alert. Damn. Looks like maybe it's waterproof too. I don't know. Kias and Hyundais are being refused insurance. Really? I was wondering that because quite a few of the chases that we covered, is Kias. Kias being taken. Leslie. Thank you, Jessica. Octi Blue, how you doing? If you spoke with QX, I'd need sedation. My daughter has a Honda. She is getting ready to trade it. Oh, those Subarus are nice. I like those Subarus. I've been having talks with friends too, kind of like, I want a Tesla, even though I kind of like, I know it's expensive and stuff. I kind of want a Tesla. The only, because the Honda that I have now, you guys remember the brakes went out the other day and I had to change out all the rotor pads and the master cylinder and the calipers, the two calipers on the rear. So, and then for some reason, the car runs through oil really, really, really fast. And I've taken it before and they said they don't see a leak. I don't know if those cars, after a while, they just, it has synthetic in there. I think sometimes I get that. My friend was telling me to get the blend because it's a little bit thicker, so it doesn't. I don't know if those Hondas, after a while, after so many years, they just kind of run through oil fast. Because the other day I had to go pick up my daughter and I was on the highway. And right after I got off the highway, the oil light was coming on. And the car too, for some reason, when I crank it and the oil starts to run low, it makes like this loud sound like. So that's when I know the oil's getting low too. Besides like the meter and the warnings, so I had to put oil in there. But I'm kind of like thinking for safety and shit. Like maybe I need to get a newer car or a new car. It doesn't have to be brand new, but just because of the baby. Because like thankfully when the brakes stopped working the other day, I had already gotten off the highway and I was already like a couple of minutes from my house, and luckily there were no cars in front of me. But had I been on the highway and I had to brake, that would have been really, really, really bad. You know, so like I don't know. I was thinking about that. Maybe I do need to get a different car. But then those Teslas are really expensive. And then the thing is, if you get into an accident or you have to repair some shit, really expensive. Like, do I really want to put myself through that shit? But that's the only car I actually want and like. You know, like I never really had a car. I used to like Jaguars back in the day. I never really wanted one, but I liked them. But then I've sat in a Tesla for the Uber drive, and I was like, I actually really like this car. Shit's dope inside. Oh, your daughter does that too? That Honda noise? That noise? Yeah. When I crank up the car, especially when it's been off for a long time, it does. If you're hearing noises, you're messing up your engine. Maybe it's getting fucked up. Maybe it's already fucked up. Yeah. It usually doesn't do that when I drive, but the other day I kind of heard it when I was driving, and I was like, oh, I need to put oil in this thing. So I feel like it's only a matter of time with this car. It's almost at 100,000 miles. Though, even though those cars, you could take them really far if you maintain them well. But that car the one that I have, it was deemed total. Like, what do they call that? The license thing? It had frame damage. It was deemed a rebuild or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe it's time. The car is definitely paid for itself. It's lasted years. I think over 5 years maybe or something. It's lasted me a couple of years. It's saved me a whole bunch of money. So it's definitely run its course well. But I might start looking around for a car. Just don't get a Kia. Hyundais are super cheap. How long are you waiting to put oil in it? I was getting oil changes regularly, but then what I realized is like I'm spending all this money and it's too fast. Like every 2 months, 3 months, I think. Is that normal? It was just running out really fast. So now I honestly, I don't keep track. I should keep track of because lately, the last couple of times I just put oil. I didn't go get the oil change because it's just running out so fast. It doesn't make any sense. So I would say probably like every month and a half, 2 months, I think. Very, very just guessing. Salvage title, yeah. Salvage, yeah. I mean, buying the car, buying this Honda when I bought it, I used my tax money, like buying it cash, was one of the best decisions I made, I think, because it's just, you just buy it cash and you don't have to really think about monthly payments, all these ridiculously high payments and stuff. Low, your insurance is really low, so you save a lot of money. Like I wish when I was younger I would have did some shit like that instead of paying these crazy monthly payments that I was paying. Just buying it car straight out, you know. If it's stop putting synthetic, okay, and put conventional oil in it. Maybe that's what I should do, and it will stop using oil. Okay. Because a buddy of mine was telling me don't use synthetic, because he was like, at least use a blend or something. Because when I was going to get the oil change, they were putting just straight synthetic, and that shit was running out really quick. If no visible leaks, it's burning oil. You need something like Max Life. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. It does run hot, yeah. It's a good car, man. That Honda Accord, it is a really good car. It's lasted me. It's just this weird thing with the oil. The other thing that happens with the car is when I go over water. Don't use conventional if you're burning oil. Uh-oh. And when I go over water and it splashes up, I can't turn the steering wheel and the battery light comes on. There's something, the water is splashing up and hitting something. When I went to the mechanic, the guard thing is still there, but I don't know what it is. When I go over like deep water and it splashes, it causes, like, I can hear the belt spinning. I think it hits the belt or something. And that's another problem. So those are the two problems with the car. So when that water hits the belt, I hear the sound, and the steering wheel actually kind of locks up. I can't really turn it for like a minute or like 30 seconds or something. You can go 5 or 6 months if you use synthetic. Yeah, this car's not lasting 5-6 months. It's like 3 maybe, and that's pushing it, maybe. Average car mileage per year is 12,000 miles. Okay, your friend was right. Use a blend for cars under 75K, like Max Life. I'm gonna have to look into Max Life. Yeah, he told me blend is what he told me to do. Honda Accord should go 70. Yeah, this car's not doing 7,000 miles between oil changes. So there's something definitely kind of wrong. I just don't know what. And it's creeping up on it's like at 97,000 right now miles. The last time I went to the mechanic and I've looked under there myself, they said the shield is there under the car. But I actually think that because I know this car has a couple of recalls. And one time I called Honda, they were going to do it, but I never showed up for the appointment. I need to go for the appointment, make an appointment. Some of the recalls, depending on, I guess, what they'll do it for free. A 2010. Honda's amazing. Yeah, this is my first Honda. I've always had Corolla. I've had 2 Corollas before that. And Corollas were nice, but I actually really like the Honda. It's not deep water. It's just puddles of water. Like, it's always raining here in Florida, so I'm not driving in water that like is gonna stall the engine. But a lot of the times when it's raining, you have to drive over these like puddles and stuff. It's not even a lot, but it splashes up, and then I think it gets into the belt, and it causes this weird sound. And then for some reason, the steering wheel doesn't want to turn for a couple of seconds. Tesla may cost you more, but you will save with gas, car repairs, and upkeep. Then you have safety features for you and Maddie. Salvage title, yeah. Yeah, the Tesla batteries are $25,000 to replace. Yeah, I was reading about that. I don't think there's any visible signs of oil leaking to get in Treasure Finder. I'm gonna ask my friend, my buddy Laz, to look at it. He's really good with cars, but from what I've heard, there's not really any visible leaking. Damn, you have $50,000 with the 2019. That's really good. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's really good. Couple of years, I think. Oh, thank you, Kelly. You watched the Harmony Montgomery. Appreciate that. We'll be ready whenever the trial happens. If this guy doesn't just, I don't see this guy pleading guilty. I don't know, or maybe they'll offer him a deal. Yeah, those Tesla batteries. That's the thing that I heard, that it's like $25,000. It's like buying another car. If that shit goes bad, I think they come with like a warranty. Like I think there's, I don't know. I think they guarantee it up to like 200,000 miles. Like after 200 or I don't know, maybe 150 or 100, depending on what model. So if you could get stuck having to change that battery out. So the thing is, if you buy a Tesla and you own it, eventually, let's say you buy it to purchase it, eventually you're going to have to pay that $25,000 for those batteries. Eventually that's just going to go bad. So I don't know. My friend was telling me to lease it. It's got chemicals and additives that sticks to seals and gaskets. Well, that's the thing, right? I got the whole gasket thing. It swells them up to help leaks. No, Mo, he has half the miles you have, and his car's 9 years newer. You can make your Tesla make farting sounds? Don't buy an electric car. My husband had one for 6 years and sold it recently. He didn't like it? I was thinking about the car thing, but I'm also just taking my time because it's like I just want to be careful with purchases like that, you know? That's a big purchase and a commitment. You got to do research and then insurance and all that stuff. I don't want to like be spending a whole bunch of extra money. All right, have them check the seals on the gaskets. Scions have the same issue. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna ask my buddy Laz first to come by and look at it, and then that guy saved me a lot of money because when I was looking for a used car, I went to a couple of dealerships. If I didn't have that guy with me, my friend, I would have gotten taken oh, they would have taken me. They were pissed when they saw this guy come around because he would like look at the car and because I was looking up the VINs, but without me even looking up the VINs and like finding out the reported accidents, because there's shit that doesn't get reported, I guess. He would look under the car. He'd be like, oh, this car was in an accident, or this car was hit here, because he could tell by looking at like if things were painted over or like certain dents and stuff. And then there was one car that I was interested in, and so I brought him over. And he starts looking, and the people from the dealership come out. He pops the trunk, and he's like removing the spare tire and like looking under. And he's like, oh, this had water damage. This was flooded. I'm like, what? And the guy, yo, they were pissed. They were pissed. And they're like, are you a mechanic? He's like, no. They were pissed, yo. They were freaking pissed. I call that guy Meticulous Laz because he looks at like every little detail and he like sits there and stares at it and like inspects it and stuff. Those guys were mad. They were not happy, so we left the dealership. So the one place that I found was where I got the Honda, because my friend was like, this guy actually knows what he's doing. Like he's actually doing a really good job. He has a little shop. They were pissed, bro. If I could afford a new Camry, I would. Those Camrys are nice, but I need my truck for work. F-150. Legs for a discount. Yeah, I'm going to start looking, but I'm going to take my time. Right now, like, just take my time. It's best when you do it. There's no rush. These people can smell when you're rushing too. You get your car is busted or like you have an emergency and now you need a car all of a sudden. Oh, they can smell it. They know you're desperate. I don't say buy newer cars right now with the account. Yeah, that's the thing too. Cars are really bad right now, right? They expect. I even heard used cars are like just really ridiculously expensive. Part of me that wanted to like get what I want was thinking the Tesla, but then the other part was like, I could go back to that guy and get another used car that's a little bit newer, less miles. He had some really nice cars the last time, but I just couldn't really afford it. And I could just maybe buy something cash, and that's it. I didn't even think about it. But it's kind of a gamble too, right? When you're buying used cars, like, I mean, you really have to look into it. Find a few years old car for sale, so you're not dealing with these internet. Yeah, interest rates. Yeah. Damn, 450. That's the thing. It's been a couple of years since I've had a pre-workout. I mean, a pre-workout. I'm reading Mo's thing since I had a car payment, and I'm telling you, I love it, man. I love not having car payments. That whole thing of like this huge payment you're making every month. It's been years. Scott says, I'll never have a car payment again. Buy outright. I agree with that, man. If you can do it, you can save a little money. I'm just telling it's such a like, I used to stress out about that, those monthly payments. In many cases, used cars are more expensive than new. I went car shopping twice this year. Well, yeah, I think isn't the interest rate higher with the used cars? And when you refinance a car, because when you refinance a house, don't they start the payments like all over again? They just stretch it out over a longer period of time. Don't you lose everything you've put in? Kind of. I don't know that it's like that with cars, but with houses, I think it's like that, isn't it? You're kind of like resetting the payments, but they're stretching it out over a longer period of time, so it's less type of shit. Less monthly payment. I'm pretty sure with cars you keep what you put in, right? That's true, Britt. Interest usually depends on your credit, but I even heard that no matter how good your credit is, the way the rates are right now, there's a certain amount they're not even going to go under. Like, you're still going to be paying like a decent amount monthly. Okay, we got 20K left, so they will lower the payments over more years. Okay, for houses, it starts over again. Yeah. That sucks, doesn't it? I mean, I guess if you're in a certain, like, it could be beneficial, but that would suck. I mean, if you do it early on in, I guess it won't be too bad. Maybe a year or two, a couple years in. But if you're years and years in, do instead of 452 years, I think it would be 304 years. Interesting. You had 856 credit, which is amazing, and got like 9%. Wow. I'm stuck at 700, or 710 and 700. I can't get past that. I've been at a wall with the credit for long. I think, and I was talking to a friend about this, I think I need to diversify it because I have a couple of credit cards, the really low balance. Like, I don't know. They say, I think, to stick between, is it 20 or 30% under your utilization rate, which mine is like 0% or 3%, something like that. I just think that I need to mix and put other stuff on there. Getting a car might actually diversify that. I might take a hit initially and then maybe it increase it, making payments to something like that. 40 years to finance a home. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, Glow. The good credit helps, but not that much, I guess. You co-signed for your girl and your credit went down? Damn. That's how I messed up my credit a couple of years ago, because I had actually fixed it, and then I had an ex. Hi, baby. What do you want? All right, I'm going to get off here in a couple minutes. But I fixed it, and then I got with an ex, and I co-signed for a car for her, and that's what screwed it up, because then the car got repoed, and that jacked me up for a while. It took me a long time to get it back to where I'm at now. I actually didn't even try for a long. Credit's really not that hard to fix. I just didn't, after that whole thing happened, I didn't even really try until like 2 years ago. And so 3%, stay under 3%, okay. I mean, if your credit's bad, you just start off with a secured card. You can start off like that, and then I started paying off the balance, Rose. I mean, there's one card that I think I leave like maybe $20 or $30 on there, I think. But for all the other stuff, I just pay it off. I used to not do that. I used to leave a little bit of a balance, like $100 or something like that. But because I used to have the mentality, I used to think that they want you to keep a balance on there or they cut it off or something. I don't think that's true though. I think just it's better just to keep a low utilization rate as possible. Because there was one time I forgot to make a payment. Because I have all my credit cards set to auto pay minimum payments. So in case I forget 1 month, I don't get dinged for like a late payment. But I manually go, let's say if I do $100 purchase or like a $200 purchase, I'll manually go and pay it off that month. And so one time I forgot, and me forgetting that payment, it literally, I lost like 30 points temporarily off of my credit score. And it wasn't a late payment. It's just that I had a higher balance on there. Stop co-signing. Wife, yes, share responsibility, but never sex partners. That was a pretty serious relationship I was in, but the co-signing is a bad idea. I learned that the hard. I'm not the type of person I got to learn shit the hard way. Yeah, there's one card I keep like a little small amount. I felt like $10 or $20, maybe 30, something like that, just to keep these people, kind of shit. But I don't leave any more like high balances or not even high balance, like $100, $50 shit. I don't leave any of that shit on there anymore. I just paid off. sometimes there's benefits. There's like little perks and stuff. If you purchase using this card, you might get a discount or something, or some sort of percentage. But or like you'll say, there's one card that I have that's okay. Like you get 3% back on like groceries or something like that. You never owned a credit card? Wow. I have Janie start me a GoFundMe for a car. Janie's got a gun. Yeah, I am thinking about upgrading the car. I just want to do something smart. I don't want to because I'm thinking about rent and stuff like that. Like I have money saved, and I don't want to be like on edge or anything thinking about money. So that's why the Tesla is something I'm gonna have to think long and hard about. My sister was telling me I should just take it for a drive and see how I feel. And those Teslas, what I heard, there's no negotiation. Like I heard that like the price, the sticker price, the price on the website, that's what it is. Like there's no, we're gonna work this shit down, we're gonna negotiate. It just is what it is. And I even heard there's a wait time to get the car sometimes. Yeah, I have Capital One, Quicksilver. I have Quicksilver, and then I have another one. They made me an offer for another card. I forgot the name of it. Give me a new card recently. It has like a couple of more benefits on there that I don't use. Some of them, they have little bonuses. You go out to the restaurant, you get some percentage back or something like that. Or have something called a Savor. And then I have $62 in cash rewards. I guess you can take it out to go, I don't know, cash or flight, travel, entertainment. Yeah. JD Wells. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Those Tesla's insurance got to be expensive too. I mean, you got to, for sure, that car to repair, fix, or anything is expensive as hell. So insurance has got to be expensive, and you got to have full coverage. I'm sure it's going to be, I don't know if I really want to do all that payments. I could probably look around and find something more decent. But that's just, you know how you have your eyes set on something? But I mean, I don't know. The car stuff to me, I've never been like, I gotta have this type of car. I'm not really like a car person like that. But at this point, the only reason I'm thinking of a new car is just kind of like for safety, because this car is kind of running its course. Ooh, Shirley, for real? Somebody posted that Rudy was yelling at his aunt. Uh-oh. Rudy, no, what happened, Rudy? Let's see, can I see that? Maybe we can talk about this later when we come back. And you know what's funny? The people in the Facebook group, they're searching the accounts in the Facebook group because they're all thinking Janie's in there under some other account. They have a thing called Group Expert. That's kind of cool. They have a badge in there. All right. If you see that post, if you can send it to me or email me the post. Car payment free. Somebody was telling me to get get a certified used car, like the certification thing. Does that matter? Is that a legit thing? The certification, pre-certified or whatever they call it. Luffy. They think everyone is Janie if you don't agree with them. Is that Janie? Started doing background check and stuff. The Facebook groups don't play. Janie's got a gun. I'm going to be back later at 4 p.m. Eastern. Or is it 3? Hold on, let me check. Let me actually find out the right information. Okay, 3 p.m. Toyota Solara for 20 years and one day wouldn't start. Died. It did its job with no problems. Bought a Toyota RAV4. Those look nice with a CC that has points. Paid it off fast. Credit card. Those RAVs look nice. I have seen those. The Honda CVR 10 years ago. Wow. Oh, you're getting a Tesla? Oh, Leo reacts. I'm getting my 2023 Tesla Thursday. How long did you have to wait for that, Leo? Thank you for the super chat. How long did you have to wait for that? Yo, when you get that, you might have to email me because I want to know your thoughts when you get that shit. I want you to email me so we can. I want to ask you a couple questions sometime. What's your thoughts on that Tesla? Oh shit! That Tesla riding hard. I wonder what the sound thinks. Does it sound nice in there, like the system? How much you think you're gonna be paying monthly? Probably like $1,000, some shit with insurance. Or is that too much? Well, Pitt Staffield says cars are bad debt. Pay as much up front. I heard that paying as much up front is not good. Tesla owners have to remember if you plan a trip and drive hours, you got to plan accordingly. And the thing with Tesla is it takes time to charge, right? How long does it take to charge the car? An hour or like 30 minutes? How long? Let me see. How long to charge? And I'm kind of an impatient person. Even when I'm pumping the gas, there's shit like sometimes I don't even want to pump it all the way up just because I got to go. Like I don't want to be here forever. Sometimes I just do it halfway. So imagine a Tesla. How long does it take to charge Tesla? Oh, 15 minutes. 200 miles. You can charge up to 200 miles in 15 minutes. Tesla charging takes no more than 1 hour. Home or public level charge. Oh, it's a different levels of chargers. Home or public level 2 charger makes your vehicle go throughout the night. Makes your vehicle ready to go throughout the night or 8 to 12 hours. What? Depending on which model version, it can take anywhere from 2 or 4 days to charge your empty Tesla battery to 100%. Hell nah. Wait, I must be looking at the wrong sites. Some sites say no more than an hour. Some other sites say up to 22 hours. 1 to 8 hours. I ain't got that fucking time. Are those the old models and shit? If you use a Tesla station, it charges faster. 20 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes if it's cold or hot. Okay. For every $1,000 in down payment, you can save $20 in a monthly payment. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's nuts. I don't know if I want to deal with all that. Diabetic Dashun, thank you so much. Okay, Pepper says my cord is 200,000 plus, but the power locks and radio and AC only work sometimes. Oh man, I hope you're not in a hot state. 1999 Honda Accord, amazing. Still going, no oil issues. Wow. All right, I guess I'm gonna head out of here. I'm gonna go because we'll be here for hours, right? I'm gonna go exercise and do a couple errands, and I'll be back at 3. If we're going 300 plus miles to a destination, plan accordingly. Yeah. Is everybody just getting a Tesla just cause it's the hot shit? This guy was stuck in a snowstorm, wouldn't charge until the battery, and it wouldn't charge until the battery had enough charge to even begin actually charging, the actual charging process for him to drive. Damn. Fast chargers and charging stations are much faster. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Hope you have a great day. I will see you later. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Sarah, I hope you're doing good. Hope you're hanging in.